All right, good day. Hope everybody out there is having a good one. If this is your first time to the channel, what we do here is we find new music from all around the world. We follow people's suggestions rather than following algorithms. It's led us to find way more music than we ever would have found any other way. But there's no algorithm that ever would have broadened our horizons this much musically, and we have a lot of playlists that reflect that. So take a look around because we got musics from all over the world, different regions, different genres, all sorts of different stuff. Genres you've never even knew existed. I guarantee you're gonna find something that you never knew existed or you never knew you needed in your life. Now, I've been practicing trying to say this. Tanxuguerias with Terra. Now, I saw a little clip of these ladies together in like a cafe type of setting. It was a neat type of, but they were at like a table, and they were banging on the table and doing their thing, and I was completely blown away with just this little clip. So I am quite sure that what we're about to see is going to be pretty incredible, especially given this has been suggested quite a few times. So it's almost criminal I haven't gotten to this by now. This is Tanxugueiras with Terra. Let's check it out. This is live.
Esta noite foliada, esta noite será Agardoche no turreiro, compañeiriña leal, compañeiriña leal, compañeiriña leal. Esta noite foliada, para cantar veño eu, a pandeireta na man, a turuxa canta a min, que non se escoiten berrar, que non se escoiten berrar, que non se escoiten berrar. Coa pandeireta na
That.
Non hai fronteiras, canta ti, cantarei eu, co xeito das nosas nais, festexaremos a vida da xente que está a bailar, da xente que está a bailar, da xente que está a bailar, co xeito das nosas
Harmonics is just effortless. Nice.
Veñen para quedar, veñen para quedar, veñen para quedar. Veñen para quedar, veñen para quedar, veñen para quedar, para quedar, para quedar. Veñen para quedar, veñen para quedar, veñen para quedar.
See, it's just total heart feeling.
No hay fronteras.
Way cool. That is way awesome. Look at that. Now I know that's I think they have a lyric vid with that symbol. I'm guessing it's like probably like on the cover of their eyes, something to do with this we talk an awful lot on this channel about like flamenco and stuff like that. This is like a more modernized, true to form. What you would see, like especially when they split up and one broke off dancing, and it really kind of it if anything it pays homage to all of that. But melody wise and everything, it's something that you also you'd hear those kind of melodies, even in like Eastern India music and stuff like that. Those types of flowing melodies like that, they just you instantly get hooked on them. But this is true to form. Now you got to remember, Spain has had it's been like this like like in New York, if you're gonna get into the subway, you gotta go through these like these turnstile type deals. They set you through the turnstiles and turn you loose. Well, they are Spain is kind of like that in a way, and it's held on to so much culture and music, and so much has gotten assimilated along the way, and so much and in the other direction as well. So much has been carried away from Spain, and it's inspired other areas of music and what they got going on. But enough about the regional differences and all that. It's beautiful, awesome music, and this is the stuff that, like, you're not going to hear this even on XM radio. You're not going to hear this. You'd have to be tuned in to. Now, I'm sure that, but I have neighbors that, like, shit. Now they're all three, they're different, like, parts of, like, they're different kinds of Spanish. Like, we got Puerto Rican, Mexican, Venezuelan, and I believe the older lady up the street is from Portugal. But anyway, there's times where, especially in the summer, where there's always music blaring, and and it's like it feels like it's the same thing for even Spanish radio. It's like they get their top tens or whatever, and they kind of stick, because it's like you start to recognize, like, I'm kind of hearing the same, it's still awesome, but it's like it's reminiscent of the same thing that goes on with XM radio and every other fashion. It's just they get a playlist. They have somebody that's not even in a studio with a soundboard or controlling anything. It's not like radio used to be. It isn't like the way that, say we do internet radio, where we're actually, at the controls doing things or whatnot. It's where you find stuff like this is where you're gonna get more opened up to variety. Now, this isn't the only. There's plenty of ways. I mean, you could definitely find some key things out there and follow those and go down your own musical rabbit holes. And that's what this channel is all about. Is you're gonna find something that's gonna be like, all right, I want to know more about that. And that's what this is all about. And this really, for me, speaks a lot of, what we've been talking about so much. And it's like, we've been talking a lot about the culture and the cultural sounds of what have brought into today's world, and how we're still, like, me as an American, learning about flamenco and all the different stuff that, I mean, we've only scratched the surface of what comes out of one country We're talking just Spain alone. Never mind all the other places that we visited. But it's like we are just scratching the surface, and we have been so enamored and so deep within, all these different types of flamenco, whether it be past, present, towards the future. You can kind of see where some things are going with some artists, and it's like they really are, still innovating the genre, but at the same time still keeping a lot of that heritage, I would say. Would that be an apt word? Heritage, like the lineage, the mythology, the lore, it all, comes across. Now, when I hear this, it totally brings me right to like a lot of the other like flamenco type stuff that we've heard, especially where it's more dominated vocally, which was its original and incarnation, we'll say, or intended way. The guitars and everything have kind of taken precedent today, but there was a time where flamenco was more akin to this, and it's just. This is something right here that you can listen to on repeat, and I think that's why they're like they get that hook, and they were like, we got something here, and it's just their harmonies, their way they do it. You're instantly hooked, and I love that. And it's not stuff you're just gonna find over. You're not gonna wake up one day, turn on the MTVs or the music box, and all of a sudden hear this. You have to be. Somebody has to present this to you. Somebody has to, and here you go. I'm presenting this to you now. I bestow upon you some Tanxuguerias. If you go by the English pronunciation, it is horrible. It involves tanks and all sorts of different, things that I don't think the word is tanks. Tanxuguerias is literally, I think, what if you let it say it, it's like what it says, but which I got a kick out of because it's like totally not what the Spanish version says. But anyway, this is something that I hope will send you down a musical rabbit hole, and it's a good example of the old school brought into today, with dance and everything. I mean, it's really like the stuff that we've been talking about this whole time, but today, well, it was 3 years ago now, but as of making this video, but still, that's fairly today, right? I mean, in the scheme of things. So, I hope this gets people like, whoa, okay, I need to know more about this genre flamenco and all this stuff that you're talking about that's coming out of. There's a lot of beautiful stuff coming out of Spain, and we're gonna get into some of the Ladino music. It's Sephardic folk. It's the Judeo-Spanish. Like I said, there is so much history that's gone through this one place, and I'm getting a little too deep into the weeds for this. I'm gonna leave you linked up with all the places that you need to go to check this out, because you need to go check this out. Like, you need to. It should be on your to-do list at some point. right when I saw that clip of them in that like that cafe, and they were like, you know, banging around. One of them had a cup and was doing something, if I remember right, and it was just instantly I was like, this is magic, and it's right. It's what we've been talking a lot about with the with the genre flamenco, and this is something that really truly if the original performers or some of the greats from back in came with just zapped into today's form, I think they'd appreciate this. I do. I don't know. You tell me. Let me know what you think. Have you heard any stuff like this before? What would you think if I just showed you this music? Where would you think it was from? Where would you guess that it's from? And that's a very special thing about Spain that we'll talk more about. And we've talked a little bit about it, but there is a lot of music that comes out of Spain that I bet you would guess it came from somewhere else. I bet you. I'd almost be willing to bet money, but yeah, that's just throwing away money. So anyway, we'll have a bunch of stuff all set up for you to go check out this band, these ladies, and every thing about this is just brilliant stuff. I love the setup of it. Definitely. There's clips of this to go check out. There's a lyric vid. There's all sorts of stuff to definitely get this in your catalog and go check out the genre flamenco. Just take a look around the channel. Let us know what you think, and if you found anything cool, and we could perhaps show you more stuff. And definitely go to the place that is the most supportive for the artists that you want to support. And like, comment, subscribe, and let us know about an artist or a band that we should be checking out, and show them the rest of the peeps, and we will get to them as soon as possible. We're trying to ping pong around everywhere, so please bear with us. We got an onslaught of a lot of stuff coming out, so be ready for that. But other than that, please, everybody, have a great day. Hope it's going as good as it possibly can be. Like I said, we got tons more news, reviews, reacts, all sorts of awesome stuff. So definitely go check out these ladies, and we will see you in the next one. Have a great day out there, everybody.